expansion. Rewrite that notation. So it isn't that we've forgotten about it, it's just that we're writing down all the time, it's zero. It's not zero, but. And then we went on to show the volume. So our system expands under applied pressure. The work effect is negative, unfortunately. That just means that that work is done on the surroundings, not the system. So we have work terms that are negative. That's always workflow to the surroundings. So, if we have a system, stage one has volume V1, let's say, and then there's some pressure, then there will be work. There'll be a workflow, and to quantify it, we could just plot the path, start at some V1, V1. Maybe the same pressure, maybe different pressure. But the volume V2 is greater than V1. So we have an expansion. And so there's some kind of path between the states, and the work effect is the integral negative of that area. So, minus W expansion is the area. And if we are going, we're expanding, then this negative work effect is positive on that area. If we're compressing, it will work. Sign. Compressing will work on the system, and the effect is positive. All right, so let's calculate. First, let's redefine or think about the definition. We encountered that first in our study of kinetic electric theory, which predates thermodynamics by some century or more. And like the theoretical definition actual definition of ideal gas. So for KMP ideal gas, the equation state plus PV is in RT. And it's just review. We did this. Now, thermodynamic definition. Is that the gas obeys PV is equal to nRT, but that's not sufficient. That does not define an ideal gas. We see other situations where gases obey that, where the compressibility factor goes to 1 as it's crossing over the line. The influence of attractive forces is just balanced by the opposing influence of repulsive forces. And definitely it's not ideal gas. Those conditions, that doesn't make that equation. So there's another statement that has to be put on here. And it is that the energy is equal to function of temperature only. Of course, in thermodynamics, we say U of an ideal gas is a function of temperature only. Not a function of pressure, it's not a function of volume. The product of those now, if you were asked to define or write out a complete definition of ideal gas on the test, then most of them did that nicely. Please, they wrote this thing. If you had written this down, it would have been fine, because these are compatible. We start with the non-interaction and derive the ideal gas law and thermodynamics. I mean, it's right theory in thermodynamics. We just take the ideal gas equation, which is experimentally determined, and somewhere along the line have to stick this condition on, otherwise it will go tell. Okay, so we're going to consider simple, so make that constant temperature. So, these conditions for constant level expansion, pressure, temperature, behavior, pressure, volume behavior, Boyle's law, isolate. Some fixed temperature. So the only thing that's important for us is to know the initial state, T1, T2, V1, V2, the initial state and the final state. The changes in state variables depend only on those two states, but the heat and work effects depend on how you go between them. So T. We have we know what delta U for this process is. Delta U must be zero. Why? Because it's an ideal gas. Its temperature is the same at the end of the beginning. Its energy depends on no temperature. Let me just try to reinforce this thought in your minds. This is true only for an ideal gas. Delta U is equal to 0, but that's equal to dQ plus dW. But these depend on the pattern. These integrals have to be the same for this isotopic process, or if it's step along the way, dQ is minus dW. So let's dream up some ways we can go from here to here. And I'm going to look at 3 ways. Try to draw them colors here. One of them is going to be following this Moore's law. Dropping the pressure down to P2 and letting the gas expand. So that's a constant pressure. Isobaric expansion. The third, drop the pressure down all the way to 0. Let the gas expand freely until it stops. And that path, path 3. And draw arrows on here for expansions. What we do this is colors. How many ways are there to go from state 1 to state 2?
Infinitude?
Say it again. Infinite ways. An infinite number, always. All right, so those are the processes. This path 1. P applied is equal to the pressure of the gas. And it's expanded, say, minus some differential pressure. And this is close enough to 0 that we don't write it down there.
Can you move it?
Which way?
There we go.
Perfect.
This is a reversal process. The gas is always in equilibrium with the applied force. This is a reversible expansion as it turns out. Well, all right, so we got Q1 is equal to minus W1 is equal to integral of B applied dV from V1 to V2. That's the integral of it's an ideal gas, so that's N R P over V, dV from V1 to V2. So that just equals N R P, those are constants, and we have the integral derivative of the logarithm of the volume on V2. Then that's just N R P, the logarithm of V2 over V1. surroundings, that area, which is kind of pretty trivial stuff. Right. So there's path one. Path two is constant pressure process. Constant pressure expansion at P5 is equal to P2 and constant temperature T. Okay. So we have Q2 is equal to minus W2. Excuse me. Is equal to integral of P applied dV to V1 to V2. And P applied is just P2, which is constant. So this is P2 delta P. P2 is then R P over V2. And so this is just equal to delta V. And so this is then R P times delta V equal to V. And if we plot that on that, here's the Moore's law, right? Pressure, volume. Oops, not that area. This one. So the work done in the surroundings on this expansion is less than the work done on the reverse expansion, because the area is smaller, just a rectangle. 2 delta V. Now you understand we could put numbers on there, just say 3 moles of gas at 6 liters, whatever. Make these up. That's just keep. Now, for at 3, is it 3 expansion? Ideal gas. What's the applied pressure? It's the C. So Q3 is equal to minus W3 is equal to integral of P applied dV to V1 to V2. It's just simple. Put it up. So we plot that one. Pressure versus volume. Do it in red. One say 2, then minus. Here's the pressure. Here is at P1. Here is P2. We can drop the pressure to 0. Gas expands. It stops. Expansion. Controls the volume, and the pressure is going up to P2. As the area of the path is equal to 0.
So were each of these, all 3 of these versions were all isothermic?
Yes.
Okay.
Constant temperature. Constant temperature. recognize then that, for this process, E, V, have a horizontal line, state one, state two. He said there's an infinite number of ways to go. You're gonna get 3 of them. We could say, well, we'll lower the pressure 0, we'll lower the pressure down to here. And then we'd have that for the peak. If we lower it down to here, we'd have that. Or we could stop it anyway. Or we could do all sorts of crazy things. We could go and go faster on. We could do this as well. It would still be an area under that curve, except positive and negative areas, because sometimes, let's just take a case in point. Suppose this curve is going in this direction. That you have that area, that's work done. All this surrounding traffic expanding. Now suppose that those 2 points are transferring right down. That's state 1, that's state 2. Suppose we go back to state 1, but we go on this path. We have, let's flash the other way. This is work on what? We're now compressing the system. The volume's getting smaller. This is the work done on the system. So voila. What if we go around the loop? If we go around the loop this direction, you take this work done on the system, this work done on the surroundings, one's positive, one's negative, add them together and get what's left over. It just that. Okay. And that is the work done on the system. And go around that the other direction. The area is work on the surrounding. And we're going to play some games with these cycles. With ideal gas and real gases as well. A little later. That's that station. So what I want to do now is talk about the difference between reversible and irreversible changes. So to get this maybe a clear picture of it in our mind, first I'll say this: there are no reversible changes. Reversible changes are those things we keep up in the attic with our frictions, pistons, infinite resistors, and removable rockers, things like that. Talk about them, but we don't do them because we can't understand why. So we're going to explore data here. An apparatus. See that?
No.
Oh, what the hell is it?
Oh, there you go.
Apparatus for exploring irreversible and reversible change, and all it is on those frictionless weightless cylinders. This is cylinder arrangement. Now we get back out to the actual talk now. Process is going to be an isothermal expansion kind of gas, just as we were talking about. Equation of state, this one I wrote earlier. ideal gas and this pressure P1, volume B1 going to P2 and P2 at constant temperature. And so what's that apparatus like? Well, gosh, it is fun. Okay, on this side, I show you the, essentially, we have two cylinders. One fits inside the other. This one's anchored, so it's not going anywhere. And then you combine them to make the apparatus. That's over here. And we trap our ideal gas sample at it. And by moving that up and down, we can change line. Okay? If you just leave it alone, it's going to be in this position. State 2, if there's no applied pressure. But if you apply pressure on it, you bring it down to state 1. Simple enough. No less. Let's do some of these. All right, we're going to do path 3 first. That's our pre-expansion. Pre-expansion, we have the applied pressure is 0, the work is 0. This was the path on our chart. That's from state 1 to state 2. Bam. And here's the way I would do it in this apparatus. I would load the top cylinder with a mass, and the gravitational field giving sufficient weight to create a force E1, V1 at that temperature. So this is indice of constant temperature. And this is our isolated system of these, this apparatus, the gas in it, and some weights. Any weights as we need. Masses. Masses at different elevations. All right. So we got a mass under, slide it all, boom, up it goes. There's the change of state. How much work's done? No mass is lifted. No work's done. How much heat flows to the system? The heat flows to the system. Here we go. All right. Suppose we got there and we want to bring it back to state 1. We want to reverse this. If this is our whole isolated system, can we do that? No way. Once you've left the genie out of the bottle, this gas expander, no way you can bring it back without intervening from the outside somehow. Well, if we have another mass with weight equal to this or higher, just at that elevation, gravitational field, to just slide it over there. How much work's involved in sliding something horizontally in gravitational field?
Nothing. If it's friction, 0.
There's no friction.
Yeah, so 0.
You see, so we let you go over there, sit, and then what? This comes back down here. That's done. Set it right back. We restore the system. So you might say, well, that was reversible. But not thermodynamically reversible because what? The surroundings change. This mass, which used to be up here, is now down to there. We have G delta H is fall. You see that's sort of descriptive of irreversibility. The work of that process is the area, negative area under this path, because we are moving from higher to lower. So that's work done on the system. We call that irreversible process. That process too. All right, path two, the applied pressure is P2. I just recreated the drawing we had for the work effect of that process, that area. P2 is my W2 is P2 delta V. So we could do that in this apparatus. So we had a couple of weights on here, weight A, weight B, and we slid off weight A, and weight B was just enough to create high pressure P2. You go up there. Stop. Now you can visualize the work that's done here. It is this. What is fitting up to here? Now, where did the energy to raise that mass come from? I warned you. I told you how boring thermodynamics is. Where did that energy come from? You all know the answer. The weight's up there. All we did was just slid a mass horizontal in gravitational field. And then process with this. It takes work to lift the mass. Work is a flow of energy. Where did that energy come from?
The gas?
Yes, what specifically? What part of the gas?
The
Came from the kinetic energy of the gas molecules. That's only the only energy that the ideal gas has is just energy of molecules. So it came from the energy of gas molecules. So the energy of gas molecules had to diminish. And they would definitely do what? They would cool off. Temperature would go down. Right? The only way the temperature can remain is for heat to flow through this wall. Instead of seeing constant temperature, the heat will flow in there. How much heat? Enough in joules to be going to work done to make that mass. So you expand even an ideal gas. You expand it, it tends to cool off unless you restore the temperature by flowing through it. Contrarily, if you compress it, what's going to happen?
heat up.
So, these are used things to know what's the root gases. All right, so there we've seen that this process, I think it's reversible. Is there any way we can restore it and get both the system and surroundings back to their initial state? Answer no. Can't do it. We can restore it. One way to restore it is just to have another weight up here on the river and just slide it over on top of that and stand back, and what happens? It sends back to sleep. Systems restored, but the surroundings change. We now have this mass that's fallen in gravitational field, and that's a finite change, and that's a disturbance of the mechanics. So this doesn't meet the criteria of reversibility. Process is irreversible, but less irreversible than process 3 was, because that dropped down the equivalent mass A and B together. So this is reversible, not quite as irreversible as process 3. Process 1, path 1, that's our reversible process, and that's what we really want to understand pretty well. So the applied pressure is the gas pressure. Now, I imagine that the heat work effect and related area under that Boyle's law curve. I imagine that instead of just chunks of iron or something, because we not got grains of sand. But these are very special grains of sand. These are infinitesimal grains of sand. So come into the got enough up on there to hold this thing down. All right, so stage is set. How are you going to get this process going? You got to get the uppermost grain of sand, the uppermost one, and just slide it out. And then what happens? Then there's an imbalance. Now the pressure inside the apparatus is infinitesimally higher than the opposing pressure, and so it breaks. And then you slide off the next one, and the next, and you just keep doing this 15 times. 15 times, 15 times. Fine, you get all the way up to here, and you up above that. And now we have that pile is truncated. We've taken the top of it off, and that's smeared out. Good. So that's what we made. Instead of having some finite amount of mass lifted up through a finite distance, we have the mass that we had removed from here, smeared out in the gravitational field. Whoa! I'll show that here and a little better to bring that. Weight B is smeared out vertically, okay? Now we want to go back to stage one. What do we do? You can't do it unless you have so here's where we're sitting now. We've got this mound and all this mass is smeared out. It's smeared out on this side. It doesn't matter which side it's on. And when we took that last grain off, this went up that last infinitesimal amount, so I cannot put that last grain back on. On top of that pile. So I've got to get another grain somewhere. This was just infinitesimally higher than the last one we took off, and we slide it on here. We let go of the little infinitesimal plate. And then what happens? It sets down to the decimal amount. That's enough to take this last one we took off of the original pile and slide it back on. And then we just keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this. Because if we're through, what we line up with? So back here. System restored to its initial state. The surroundings restored to their initial state, except for this infinitesimal thing that has come down to here somewhere. Finite change in elevation of an infinitesimal mass. Remember I said that the idea of reversibility in thermodynamics is that whole system and surroundings must be restored to the initial state with the exception of an infinitesimal perturbation of some kind. In this case, it's just that. So you begin to see why we don't have reversible processes to try out. So it's hard. We can get very close to them. Sometimes that's not so specific. So, now we'll turn our attention to talk about heat for a little while. And quantifying measuring. Now the alchemists, they believed heat was a substance. They called it phlogiston. It has some wonderful magical properties. You can go back and read about that, and it's just very entertaining. dominant theory of heat for many, 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 many years into the century was that it was another fluid called caloric fluid that could transfer back and forth between bodies and was conserved. That's the one that people still believe to a large degree. At any time. So we had just on period caloric fluid theory, and then we had the theoretical interpretation of heat and the thermodynamic definition of heat. It is a flow of energy driven by temperature difference. The temperature of bodies has to do with some of their internal motion. So if a body is receiving a heat flow, energy in the form of heat flow from another, its internal structure becoming more thermalized, and the one that is giving the heat is becoming less. Flow of energy driven by temperature difference. So, I don't know if you any of your scouts, you learned how to build a fire by rubbing sticks together. So rub two sticks together. Which one of them gets hot? It's heat for the other. That's just legal. The temperature's going up because we're pouring energy into them through the frictional forces. It's coming out of our muscles. Chemistry is going on. Heat is not, but you still can measure it. All right, science of heat measurement is called calorimetry. Surprisingly enough. It's based on the first law of thermodynamics, which is that EU isolated system is zero for all possible change. So let me see if I can take a sketch here. Here's a system. That's going to undergo a change from state 1 to state 2. And it's placed inside an enclosure called a calorimeter that has this wonderful adiabatic wall, and that's just a fancy name for wall. We set Q is 0 across that wall. No heat flow through the wall. All no heat flow. Here's the surroundings out here. The calorimeter makes up the surroundings of the system. And we need some kind of a thermometer that's going to measure delta T of the calorimeter. We're going to let the system undergo this change. So when we have delta U, Q plus W, the Q is going to flow one way or another to the calorimeter or out of the calorimeter. W will depend in this case on volume change. Usually these calorimeters are called bomb calorimeters, which people who use them hopefully are not. Because sometimes the reaction generate a lot of intense pressure, and so the cells and all that the system are generally very sturdy. But important thing right now is that if the system undergoes a change of state and there's a heat flow to or from the calorimeter, it'll change the temperature of the calorimeter up or down. The first law says that the Q of the system is equal to minus Q of the calorimeter. And that's equal to the heat capacity of the calorimeter minus the change in temperature. So if we measure change in temperature, we can calculate the heat flow of the system if we know the heat capacity calorimeter. So how do you determine that? Well, you put in here, for example, there's lots of ways to do this. This one way. Put in here an electric heater, and you flow I squared R dt. This is this way. This is power. Divide this by change in temperature. So you calibrate it by putting out a known heat flow and measuring the temperature rise. Then turn that off and start using it. Take what we calibrate. So that's calorimeter. Change in state of a system. Q is equal to dQ over half. This is what we say for our ideal gases. And the first law du is equal to dQ minus dV. And saw that for dQ, that's du plus dV. That special case, volume is constant, dV of the system is 0, then we have dQ at constant volume is equal to dV. That's a useful thing to know about energy. Should be pretty real. So that we have dV constant volume is equal to integral along constant volume path of dQ. That just delta U. And so QV is exact. dQV is exact. So we still do not write delta Q. By delta U. So we have QV is equal to delta U. dQV is equal to dQ. And the heat capacity constant volume is takes this one and that and then. Right, so these are things, you know, when they're nice and neat, tie a ribbon around and put them away on the shelf. However, most chemistry is not done at constant volume. Most chemistry is done at constant pressure. Because moving chemistry at constant volume is difficult, tedious, because if the pressure runs away, the apparatus blows up, the chemistry comes off. Maybe after that, chemists don't like that. So they tend to shy away from it. Engineers don't mind that, so they do a lot of high pressure work. Some chemists do. Some chemists do. However, this doesn't negate the fact that lots and lots of chemistry is done at constant pressure. How about isobaric change? Heating or cooling. Well, that's a special case too. Now, we have d u is equal to dq minus dv. We have dq is equal to du plus dv. We were constant volume, it's just dq is equal to du. But now, constant pressure is dq is equal, I don't know what to call this, other than dmass. Dmass. And, dp is equal to dmass. That's a delta mass. Well, you know, if we're not anything else, scientists just don't like to admit things are messy. So anytime we encounter something like this, somebody want to use this, it just looks so messy. What do you do? It's a time untraditional thing to do. And it's what makes so much of science so very important. Everybody knows? You give it a name. But remember that. You got a mess. Just give it a name. Then students study, learn the name, and think they really learn science. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. All right, so let's define a V ratio. It's H, and it is by definition the energy plus pressure volume product, and it is by name enthalpy. And the dimensions of H are the dimensions of energy or pressure volume. And the total derivative of H is dU plus dV plus dV. And du is dq minus dV. Those cancel each other if we solve for dq. H minus dV. And we see that dq at constant pressure is dH minus 0, or just dH. And that q at constant pressure is integral of dV state variable. Oh, I should have set that up here. How can we be sure? Well, we can be sure because energy is state variable, pressure and volume are both state variables. It's a state variable. But we know the integral of that, and that's delta H. And the heat capacity, constant pressure, is a partial of Q with respect to temperature, constant pressure, and that's just equal to partial of H with respect to temperature and constant pressure. And now we tie that all up in a deep little thing where we have a derivative of QP, it's just dH. So the mass, make the masses in now. Then we have these, this situation. Constant volume heating, constant pressure heating for water. We have dQ is equal to du, QB is equal to delta U, CB is a partial U, respect to temperature, constant volume. Over here we have dQB is equal to dH, QB is equal to delta H, CP is equal to partial H, respect to temperature, constant pressure. Now we're going to over here and give us some things. I'll ask you to recall on the review that review was. Which, by the way, the typo got corrected in that over the weekend. So, yeah, sure.
I printed that for you.
So you can go there and there's a note back on the announcement. But we're also interested the ratio of CV, which we call gamma, and the difference this is talked about in that review. Well, for an ideal gas, it's pretty easy. We just take H is equal to U plus PV. One of the equations just has to be right there. You grab it, you differentiate.
What's the,
Divide by temperature here, pressure's constant. So this is all divided by pressure. Oh yes, this is better. That's much better. Pressure. Okay, so this comes out to be just N R. Well, that's not so complicated. So for an ideal gas, how about general equation for the difference between constant pressure and constant volume of capacity? Well, in that review, there is a derivation of this equation, which determines Cp minus Cv, partial pressure with respect to temperature and constant volume, times the volume minus partial H with respect to pressure, constant temperature. And that's equation 8 in the review note. And if we use the chain rule on this one, partial pressure, respect to temperature, constant volume, we get that that is equal to minus, and you do this in your head, it's going to be partial pressure, respect to volume, constant temperature, over partial temperature, respect to volume, constant pressure. Partial volume, respect to pressure, constant temperature, for partial volume, with respect to temperature, constant pressure. That's the way I really want it right. Because if we divide the numerator and denominator by 1 over V, we get this is equal to here the isothermal coefficient of expansion divided by the isobar compressibility. Okay, so go back and review that and see that this equation that found to write down for your heat capacities was equal to alpha over kappa. Put a T on here because it's the isothermal compressibility of pitches. And there's volume minus heat capacity. Now this is another partial derivative in here that turned out to be the Joule-Thomson coefficient. I'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little bit. Review that so we'll be ready for that. And then we're going to talk about heat capacity gases and going to heat a little bit and talk a little bit